Welcome to another episode of Nothing's Ever That Serious.
That's right.
We got a sign.
Yeah.
And I think we should change the name of our sign. I like Nothing's Ever That Serious, but maybe we should go something more like Nothing's Ever That Sleepy. Because you look tired as hell, sir.
Hey,
You all right? You all right, buddy?
fine. Yeah, I'm good.
As a matter of fact, we had to wake him up to what happened. I said we're gonna start the pod in 5 minutes. I'm gonna run to the store real quick.
Yeah, he laid.
You were back in 30 seconds, I'm telling you.
No, how long did it take me?
It was 30 minutes.
About 30 minutes.
He laid down on the ground. First, he was on his back. He rolled over, and then within 2 seconds, I heard snores. He was out.
And then we came back. We set up. 2 hours later, here we are. Nothing's ever that sleepy, except for this man.
Hey, man. Look, I had no idea I was asleep that long. I've been a little tired, you know what I'm saying? But we run on fumes a lot. Lately, it's kind of been a thing. Even to the point where family is concerned because, we just up. Right. We do stuff. Right. We got goals. We got dreams.
Yeah. And don't take this the wrong way, but you do look like shit.
You gotta have friends who will tell you that, and I do appreciate you saying that.
You're welcome.
Because as a fellow shit looker, you get it. Guru gets it.
Well, you got your bang.
We got bangs.
Do you have your bang?
Well, about bangs and energy drinks in general, my family was like they were concerned because they think I'm going a little too hard with this stuff.
Burning the wick at both ends. Okay.
They think that my health is in question. So, I do want to do this
Guru
live.
looks confused.
I was more confused at your analogy.
Yeah, what is
burning the wicks at both ends?
Yeah, I've never heard that.
You've never heard that before?
I was just going to roll with it because you're an older guy. But
I was about to say, I was trying to think of, because you know how old guys always have stuff like that.
What does it mean?
Like, if
You're
it's like
doing
the
more
candle,
damage
if you
than-
lit the candle on both sides, it will burn faster than on one side.
How do you light a candle on both sides?
Where do you see double-sided candles so you could just be like...
How have you never seen a double-sided candle?
The thing is, because they have genuine concern...
Right. What's their concern?
That I'm, probably going too hard. I'm not getting that much rest.
Supplementing rest with energy drink.
With energy drink, coffee, all that. And I bought an energy drink, and one of my immediate family members was like, yeah, we had a conversation about that. Are you okay?
Okay.
You slow down and stuff.
Right.
So I do want to do this here for them just so they don't have to worry. This is what I want to do. Right. We usually drink these on the show.
Okay.
I'm gonna retire.
Okay.
You want to do our last ones? It's like,
You're gonna give. Yo, bang! You can't drink bang that. Now I think I'm.
I don't even think I can do that. That's.
I know. Sir, you might have a problem. No. Hold on, stop, because I really,
hold on.
I really want to record an episode.
hey.
This man is crazy.
I'm gonna sit just watching that. When I drink Bang, y'all don't understand. I sit over here. My arms are shaking. Like I feel it running through my body.
You're gonna start shaking, sir.
The fact that you're down in that, like honestly, I'm scared.
Part of me scared, but part of me feels like he wouldn't just do this for the first time.
You may die.
Like
The show don't stop, fellas. Answer this question. Have you ever woke up and said, hey, the show stops today? No. Hey, chug yours too.
This one's gonna. I'm drinking it pretty fast.
You good?
That might have went too far. But let's just play. Let's see how I feel. Because right now I'm okay.
Isn't it gonna be awesome when Nets goes big because we started the Bang caffeine challenge, just killing teenage kids across the globe. Tide Pod's got nothing on Nets.
Well, I appreciate your commitment to this show because this man was asleep before the show. I was about to just go home and say, let's just record one later.
Hey, and I appreciate you staying because we don't have time to rest.
I can't pod with distractions. I think they're going to be able to tell I'm distracted because I really am concerned.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Real talk. The reason I'm kind of nervous is I took my mom in for because she has a heart pacer.
Does she for real?
Mm-hmm. So she's had a heart pacer since 2006.
Okay.
You know how there's 2 chambers of the heart? She has one that's completely failed. So why you look like you want to laugh? This is a true story.
Cause I'm upset right now.
And then the other
Why
one.
didn't she tell me that? You don't remember like we on 4th of July we all went to the beach and I was walking around with that metal detector?
Yeah, and my mom was like, I can't
It
breathe.
was her. I was like, we were digging for hours and she was laying out tanning.
He was like, it's somewhere over here.
Nobody said a thing. I think your whole family knew though. Y'all just had me looking stupid.
Yeah, we were like, get that out of here.
I never knew none of this, y'all.
So today she was just supposed to go in and get a battery. We went to the hospital at 5 this morning. And she was, you got to get the batteries changed out like every 10 years. Right? Oh, this is serious. This is true.
I don't know how they work. That's cool.
So it's cool that my mom's heart.
No, like science and technology is cool. That's crazy that we could do that.
That you could just have an artificially beating
like that
heart.
Someone like figured that out. And
but wouldn't it be
that.
cooler if my mom's natural heart gave her the? Because she's been weak and hasn't been having energy, so they had to do a checkup.
What type of batteries?
AA single A.
Energizer.
Are you serious?
This is a true story.
Oh, okay.
Duracell?
My bad.
I woke up at 5 this morning.
What's the most trusted battery for heart pacer? Because that's the one I need to put in my Xbox controller.
I'm gonna show this to her because I already told her. Y'all saw in the season finale where they were clowning that the book I wrote for my mom was written at the D3 level. And now here I am trying to tell a serious story.
I'm really sorry. He said Xbox controller.
Wait, did they open her up? How do you change a battery?
You do. It's a surgery.
So you calling her right now?
Yeah.
Is she not drugged up? She just got cut open.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Good. I just wanted to see how you were feeling.
Oh gosh, I not too long got up, but I was rugged.
Okay.
I think because they were just probing around, I have to get everything back running the way it should.
Yeah, you just feel weak.
Oh my God, I was so weak. I was like, well, what did they do to me?
Yeah.
But I feel a little better, but my heart is thumping like crazy. Yeah,
well,
so
let me
I'm
know.
Just
just call me if you don't feel better.
No, I'll be all right. Just need to rest, because there's those machines on top of you, this and that. You just stir up everything. Yeah.
All right, I'll check on you tomorrow.
All right then. Yes.
All right
then.
All right.
Bye.
You want to ask her what kind of battery it was?
No, I just thought it was funny that you really tried to play the Karen Sun card and not that you were using her your podcast game.
No, I really ain't worried about Jay because I was in the cardio out the emergency room where people go for bad hearts.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Nah, she's good. This man is off.
My mood shifted slightly. If you got any jokes, bring them, please.
I think we could be serious for a second because you said that your family's kind of concerned. And when you told me you were going to chug 2 bangs in a 5-hour shot, I thought you were kind of joking. But like you're tired, man.
Hey, it is what it is, man. Let's get it.
Like because like my mom, you know what my mom said today? It was kind of serious because it was like she was supposed to go in, have a simple change the batteries. Then the lady was like, "Oh, we read your thing. Your heart's not doing as well as we would have liked. Your heart cannot be function under 35%, and hers is functioning at 30. She has to go back.
Man, that's
she has
terrifying.
to have another. Okay.
Why do we not address it until it's at 30? Like her heart operating at 40, and we're okay with that.
She doesn't have like the best health insurance, she had a bad doctor who. She would like tell him the symptoms, and he would just be like,
"You should be all right." Type stuff.
Right? Yeah. And he would like just switch up her medication. And so when they were explaining to her what they needed to do, she learned that she's gonna have to miss more work than she thought she was gonna have to miss, and she was like concerned about that. And I told y'all on like previous episodes that she's a hard worker.
Mm-hmm.
That's like where I get my work ethic. That's where my family gets their work ethic.
Yeah.
And like, this is like your heart. Like her heart's about to, and she's like, oh man, I gotta work. You gotta keep grinding. Just like you just said, the grind don't stop. I was like, what's it gonna matter if you're not here? you ain't gonna work. That shouldn't be your first concern. So
shouts out to Mama Bear, man.
Real talk.
Yeah, so I'm a little concerned.
Yeah.
About your.
Don't worry about.
Like real talk. All jokes aside, like caffeine is not. It's gonna mess your heart up.
Hold on, you drink as much Bang.
No, I only drink Bang. I drink coffee.
And Bang, you had coffee today too, right?
Yeah.
You've exceeded your limit too, buddy.
But I don't do this every day.
Fair.
You stay up all night editing for multiple days at a time.
It is what it is.
What do you think, Guru? Do you think he's burning the wick at both ends?
No, it is scary because one thing, I used to be someone who like rarely slept. I would be going on 2 hours, 3 hours a day. But, lack of sleep, when you get into old age, what that does to your brain is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandmother right now has dementia. And
I'm just kidding, audience. I forgot.
Can you send me that clip?
I forgot what he was telling us. It's like he just told us and I already forgot. Start over. I'm sweating. Mr. Kemp, this is a comedy podcast, sir. Sir, I do not mean any ill will, sir.
Yeah, no, but she's like, so I've seen her, and it's like to see someone in that condition, in that state, like to see literally the way she's deteriorating. All I can think, like literally every time I look at her, is like, at least you got a healthy heart.
No, we can't use any of this. We cannot. The only way we release this, the only way you're seeing this is if we talk to the people we're talking about and they approve of it. And if his grandma watches this, how long can she be mad at us?
I don't want this to come across as we don't take health seriously.
Right.
Because we do.
So you need to start taking your health serious. Can you commit to us that you're going to at least, if not stop, cut down on the bangs and the caffeine?
I can do that.
Or at least sip on it. You don't got to crush
Yeah.
it. You don't have to drink the whole thing before you leave the house.
I do that.
Okay. All right. So
I guess we're sitting here talking about health.
mm-hmm.
I didn't know we were going to go this route, but it goes in line with my guru of the day, if I can.
Okay.
So my guru of the day, he's someone who actually got me thinking like logically about my health at a young age. Without further ado, my guru.
I know the game. What's the dude's name?
Yeah, what's the guy's name?
So our boy Cavity Sam.
Okay.
I think he was the first one to really tell us, like, you really got to take care of your body. Because I think a lot of people kind of encounter him, but they kind of just don't appreciate what's in front of them or don't know how to look at it, like, deeper, right?
This makes sense. Like all his gurus other episodes have this season. He's probably going to get mad I'm sharing this on the pod. But he said he was hanging out with the young lady and she touched him in the wrong spot. He said, eh.
I'm telling you, it's lessons that can cover all facets of life, not just the way you take care of yourself, but in setting up boundaries.
Yeah,
and
Guru, I'm sorry.
That's a good guru of the day.
He also required batteries to run.
Oh man. All that to say, there's a lot of people who are just giving too much for work. I feel like you're putting too much into your work. My mom's been working all these years and it's starting to catch up. So
Yo, and I do want to say, for people who are genuinely concerned, I'll do better.
Okay.
Yeah, it's getting ridiculous.
I can see it in your eyes. Like I said, you look like shit today, sir. Luckily, Guru's a good editor, and he could throw.
We're gonna clean me up.
We're gonna clean you up a little bit.
All jokes aside, I should start doing better. I tell you, I started a new job this week.
Okay.
I'm still like training and stuff. We came back from break. I just felt myself slipping.
Right.
I'm like dozing off, and I'm operating machinery. Like I'm in charge of the machine, and it's like a tank. You dip the stuff in the metal, and then it goes down the assembly line.
Okay.
I dozed for 2 seconds. I'm waking up to these yellow flashing lights.
Right.
And somebody's like shaking me. He's like, "What have you done? What have you done?" 2 seconds, and they went like directed my attention, and the pulley is pulling a man out of the tank, and he not moving. He just looked like a platinum trophy. So they got this dude going down the assembly line looking like Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that's not good. Did you get written up?
Let's just say anybody hired.
Yeah, man, you got
but we can. I really do want to send my regards to the dude.
Right.
I hope dude is okay. I'll find out at some point.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully, man, you can't be falling asleep on the job.
I'm gonna get better, fellas. That's what I got.
Jay has to have a killer resume though, because he's held a lot of jobs.
You've told us about a lot of jobs on this podcast.
Let's just say I've touched every industry.
Okay.
So
it's funny you say that, because I was remembering recently just some times where I was out of work, or I was in between jobs, I think they say.
Know it too well.
In the beginning, you're optimistic. You got your resume, you start applying for jobs.
I might get something. I'm not gonna get everyone, but
you're right.
Out of these 5,
right? And then when you start not when things don't go favorably, you start to get a little desperate. Y'all have any bad job interview experiences?
I was in undergrad, and to pass your senior year, you have to do an internship for the summer going into your senior year.
And you did women's studies, right?
Wait, hold on. Do you lean to the eye you wink?
I don't know.
So I'm in there, and the dude is like, tell me about a project that you've done on the scale of the stuff that you will be working on here. And I got stuck. I'm in there telling this man about like a volcano I made in the 2nd grade. Yo, he said, "We're thinking the same thing, aren't we?" I said, "I ain't getting it." He said, "Have a nice day."
But yeah, same thing kind of happened to me. I like coming out of school, undergrad.
You was in men's studies, right?
Yeah, and wait, which one you wink? So my mom was supporting me. She was like, keep looking. You're gonna find something, a job in your field. But I started getting desperate for money, and she was like, maybe you could just take a temporary job. I just went to school for 4 years, and I had a family member who worked at J.C. Penney. But that's a real situation.
Yeah, look, it ain't nothing wrong with J.C. Penney.
Right. There's so many people who like go to school for like neurology, and it's just so
they end up at
yeah.
You went to school for psychology, right?
Close.
So when you got the job to kind of suffice, when people would come ring up their stuff, you try to psychoanalyze them?
Yeah.
You like, so, boop.
So you bought this blouse because
what's your sign? You doing okay today?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would have done that. I was like, once I get this job, I can apply some of the things I learned in school. But I didn't even get to that point.
You butchered J.C. Penney?
I did. When I go into a store, I think it's annoying when they're like following you, like, sir, just to let you know.
I just got in here.
Just give me my space.
Please.
Right.
Let me marinate first. If I need help,
I'll let you know. Right. So I'm thinking, I'm going to tell them that's what I would do if I was the salesperson. I'm going to give you your space. I'm not going to jump all over you. But I could tell that wasn't the answer I was supposed to give.
They flip the paper around, start scribbling.
Have you ever worked retail?
No, I have not worked retail.
Okay, but I haven't either because I didn't get the job. But apparently that's what you're supposed to do. Like,
it's a form of harassment.
It is.
How they formulated it was like, so somebody comes in and you trying to make a sale. What do you do?
What do you do? Yeah, and I was just like,
nothing.
That's what I said. I said I wouldn't do anything because I hate when I walk into a store and people start.
You knew you weren't gonna get the job when you say, you know what I hate? They said, what? You trying to?
That's why we're hiring you. Oh man, but my mom laughed for days when she said, "How you blow? You just got a 4-year diploma, and you were just gonna take this temporarily." And you couldn't even get the chase. You just need to go back to school. So that's why I went back to school. She said, you ain't learned nothing. You got to go learn some more.
That's why we met, because you came to film school.
Yeah.
Because you blew JCPenney.
Because I blew JCPenney.
You see how life worked.
Yeah, so I kind of want to switch gears a little bit. This season, we talked a little bit about some relationship stuff. I saw this post, and I guess this kind of goes in line with like health and wellness, where somebody posted, "You should love me for me." You know, that kind of got me thinking about some of my relationships that I've had in college, where some of the girls I dated could be compared to like something you might buy at like IKEA.
Okay, I follow.
You buy it, it comes in a box. It's nice. It looks pretty. But you got to take it home and you got to set it up. It takes a little bit.
Okay,
it's not quite ready.
Little fixing.
Yeah, it's not quite ready out of the box.
All right, little assembly.
Yeah, little assembly required. I kind of wanted to ask you guys and kind of get your thoughts on that, because do you think, like, say if you enter in a relationship with somebody, do you see validity in that, like, you know, you should accept them totally for who they are? Or do you think that there are things that, you know, people should work on? I've had past relationships, truthfully, where I was criticized for being too hard on people.
Okay.
No, I get you.
And it was like, well, you have some improvements.
Okay.
And you feel free to tell me about things that I can improve.
Okay.
So it's potential enough. That's what you basically saying. You saying that you'll see something, be like, if X, Y, and Z, if we could get to this, if we just do this,
it would improve.
It'd be perfect.
It would improve my experience, and it would also improve your.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I get criticized for that.
For wanting that.
Yeah. But I would want you to do the same.
To do the same for me.
For me.
Full transparency.
Yes.
A problem that I've run into as a criticism is like, oh, you not serious enough.
You aren't.
Me.
Okay.
As opposed to like some situations where somebody may feel like I should care more about the issue.
Right. So
back to your original question about, do you think you can go into a situation thinking that you can fix something? Right. Which is what I get into. I'm not changing.
Okay.
Oh, so you're like,
I'm never gonna be serious.
So if I was dating you, you would be on the opposite. Come on, man. We had our Pride episode. Did you learn nothing from when Day Day was here? Did you learn nothing?
So the question is, should you go in a relationship expecting someone to change?
Not okay.
Or
so
that you can change them. What's the question?
Well, I think a lot of relationships happen this way. You meet somebody, you see someone, you say, wow, they're perfect.
Yeah.
And then you soon realize that, you know, maybe they're a little squeaky.
Okay.
And you just need to tighten something up.
We all carry a lot of stuff in us that we have to fix and we have to address. Right. And I think it takes a lot of maturity to get to that place. I think a lot of people never get there.
To be able to accept to
even want to change. I guess the way I view it is to address a lot of that stuff. Like, you got to get vulnerable. You got to strip down. Sometimes it feels like you're laying on the operating table, completely exposed. Right. And you're poking your pride in people. I mean, like, it's serious, you know? Right. And it's a very vulnerable, and I don't know, someone makes one wrong move. You know? Right. It's just like, you know, it causes a whole downward spiral of things. Mm-hmm. And the other thing I think we need to realize is not everyone has the steadiest hand to make that happen for you.
It's like a game operation.
Yeah. You know, you need a surgeon, and we shouldn't be trying to play surgeon. You know, if we're not capable, if our hands aren't steady, if we haven't put hours and practice into doing that,
right,
we're going to cause more damage. It's hard when you fall for someone and then you're working through that. But I think that's where we have to get to the mature place of really, I think we need to change the way we date and we get into relationships because it avoids being in those situations. Do I think you're right in kind of like wanting them to be better? Yeah.
But I also want to touch on his unwillingness to remove some of those things. So you were saying that you're unwilling to take things serious.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's all I got.
Wait, what?
Has this come up multiple times?
I just ain't doing it.
Really? Why?
Because it's like you got two people. It's never going to be perfect, but if you're willing to meet in the middle, that's cool.
Right.
And those, for me, have been the best situations. I'm just not coming to the middle.
You're not coming.
I'm not coming to the middle.
So have you asked other people to come to the middle? Is that the only thing?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's the only thing that's ever come up that they wanted.
They said, man, you just not serious enough.
Right.
What is serious?
Like, you
Yeah,
know,
what's serious?
by the way, and I'm not talking about like not taking a relationship serious. I just mean.
Oh, okay. You mean just like you just want to have fun all the time?
No, I mean like if an issue come up, you may want to make it like the end of the world. And I'm more so like there's a meter of how serious you take it and how serious they take it.
Right.
And her is like at a 90.
I got you.
I'm at like 3.
So that's miscompatibility to me, though.
Yeah, so this is my question.
But it's everybody.
No, because
I don't think there's a compromise in that.
It ain't. That's why I said I'm not coming to the middle.
Here's the thing, though. Like, what are the issues? That's what I don't understand, because I've been in situations where I've met someone and I'm like, we're not compatible because I know what I want out of a relationship.
Right.
And the second that one thing doesn't match, they come to me and they're like, why are you making that a break it? Or like, why is that if you like this many things about me, why does that break it? That doesn't make sense to me. So is it stuff like that?
No,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say
so
that
I kind of
I was gonna say it's hard. I think the question that I asked, the way we're looking at it, is focusing more on like compatibility stuff, because I don't. Well, maybe not.
I think mine's
because
it's compatibility stuff.
Because it's subjective. Somebody's telling you that you need to fix something about yourself that we probably would say that you don't need to fix because we don't feel that way.
I'm glad y'all don't, because I ain't trying to date y'all. But I'm saying like
but so that's what I'm saying. So we're trying to tell them to fix something, and maybe they don't feel like it's something that they need to fix.
Yeah, it's all subjective. I don't think it's too many things.
But I'm thinking that there are some things that aren't subjective.
Like what?
I'm saying
what's not subjective? Not you. I know you. But what do you mean?
I'm not saying I gotta fix anything, but
no, I'm just saying like
you're saying there's things that aren't subjective,
right?
Like what?
Let me think back to some of my past relationships. I would say
in college.
I would say things like anger management.
Yeah,
subjective.
No, that's something you need to fix.
If you are not emotionally mature enough to handle your emotions, like that's something you need to learn before you can enter into an adult relationship.
You can realize that because you may be further along, but if y'all both are like that, then it's subjective. You probably won't think that it's an issue if you're not there either.
If both of us are just like
out of whack,
right?
How are you gonna be like, yo, you need to do this better if you the same way?
Well, that's why I said you need to be intentional about figuring these things out and addressing them.
I ain't changing, buddy.
Just people in general.
Right. So
you're
So you're saying that they're further along than you, and realizing that, life is meant to not be taken serious and it's supposed to be fun, but there's times where like you can't be.
I'm a very serious person, contrary to popular belief.
Really?
Why you say really?
Are you though?
Yeah, I'm very serious. And that's just one thing that is just not gonna change.
Here's the thing. for us, sometimes we don't notice the damage something's doing. Like it can be very, like to us it is insignificant.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm feeling butterflies in my stomach. Yeah, I got a basket of bread in my stomach. You know, it's like, yeah, my funny bone. It's just a funny bone in my elbow. Why does that need to come out? I don't know. Truly, like sometimes your heart is operating, but just not at 100%. But it's still it's still working. You know, so it's like because it's still working until it gets to 30%, we don't address it.
Right.
Or maybe you don't even have like, you know, the insurance to address it sometimes. So it's like you just get in situations where you're just, you know, you get stuck here and we don't see the seriousness, or we blow it off, or we're, you know. And I think we can get in those situations and really trap ourselves and like not, I don't know, we don't see the issue. We've downplayed it. And until someone else comes in the room and says, yo, this is an issue. Right.
They say, you know, you're not understand.
Exactly.
All your senses aren't there. Exactly. You're not understanding. You're physically here, but your mind is
pretty much, yeah. You need that. I think you do need those people around you who are giving you those second opinions. You can live, okay? You can live with truly. You can live with all those things inside of you. Right. You really can. You don't have to get it out. You don't have to change it. But the truth of the matter is you're not living to your full effectiveness, and you're not meant to live in that state. Right. Even though you can stay there and you can exist there and you can exist there happily, you are cutting your effectiveness as who you can be as a human being. Yeah. You know something crazy too? Like me and my sister were having this conversation the other day, but just if we're talking about like just like black women and the, you know, when it comes to the medical stuff, like poorly treated and misunderstood, and they have to really step up about their health and stuff. And it's like sometimes you haven't been taught that. Sometimes you haven't been like the right people haven't looked at you who are going to give you that respect. Right. So sometimes when you get that respect, it throws you off too, and it's like, oh, someone's calling me on it. Someone's trying to do this.
I've talked about that with Lost Remote. Yeah, because she's in that field and she's very adamant about the discrepancy in so care. Even like someone like your mother could be in a situation that she doesn't view as serious just because they aren't giving her the same respect, access, or assets as someone else is getting who's in that situation. So that's a serious thing. We probably should talk. Like we're making jokes about it, but it's like, you know, when you don't have the best access, you're not getting the best care, or it's not even that
you don't even know to ask for better sometimes. Right. Like sometimes you just think that's how it is. Right. And I think when you're put in situations like that, sometimes you downplay what's in you and what needs to be addressed and what needs to be fixed. Right. So that's why I think we all have to be very intentional about seeking those things out. And like I said, getting a surgeon in there who has steady hands.
Do you think that his issue is subjective? Like, let's talk in specifics.
He's not really telling me what his issue is. That's what I'm trying to get to.
He's saying that he's been in relationships.
I don't understand what it is.
Where he's been approached and someone told him that he needs to be more serious.
What? I don't understand what that.
The relationship.
I don't understand what that means.
It's just like how I was telling him that my mom had heart surgery today, and he was on the floor laughing. Yeah, like that stuff.
That's what you're talking about.
That stuff. No, that's not what I'm.
See, that's what I know. That's not what he's talking about. That's I don't understand what.
What are you talking about?
Like issues in a relationship.
Oh, he's saying, okay, because you gave us a meter, and you were saying that like
she'll go to 100 on something, and you may be like.
So that's kind of like the same thing I'm talking about.
This is what I'm saying.
But it ain't because I'm laughing at somebody's pain.
That's like, what I'm saying. I don't know what you're going at 100 to. There, you may be going. She may be going at 100 on things that need to be there. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the situation is. I have to know a personal.
The only reason why I think it's okay, is because I'm aware I'm doing it.
Yeah,
see, and I ain't gonna change
the way Jay is talking makes me think he's being disrespectful. That's why I'm like, I feel like he needs to address it. But I don't know.
It could feel disrespectful, but I'm not being disrespectful. Right. To me, like I'm just not going.
You started this question by asking, "Is it okay to be like that's how I am? Suck it up." Right. And that's what Jay is saying.
That's what he's doing.
So for me, that right there alone is a completely disregard for anybody else's feelings. So I feel like you're selfish. In the wrong.
I agree. I said that I'm aware.
Okay.
I think it's an issue if I refuse to believe that after being told. I know.
Okay. So you're on the side of accept me for who I am, or like don't try to.
Yeah, because outside of that, I'm perfect.
Okay. I can see it.
You can, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the only reason why I'm saying it's not a it's all subjective, but it's not as a thing as much of a thing that you might think is because it's a recurring theme. So at some point it got to be me, and it is me.
Right. But you're gonna wait till you find somebody who doesn't have a.
He's never changing.
That's it, buddy. If don't happen, it just don't happen.
No, I'm saying you're gonna wait for somebody who doesn't have an issue with you not being serious.
Because if I'm being realistic, it's probably not gonna happen.
Right. It's not.
It's always gonna be an issue.
Right.
And I'm okay.
Okay. What about you? Are you more on the side of
it's a show, people? But I'm serious.
Are you more on the side of
change?
It's okay, and is there a certain way that you? I think you kind of.
No. Let me ask them. Let me ask it to him.
Yeah, okay. Go for
it. There's a relationship. You're coming into a union with somebody.
Okay.
And the way Andy put it was something that we may not see as a problem with you.
Okay.
She's going out her way to be like, Guru, this ain't it.
Yeah.
If you don't see it as a problem yourself, are you going to change just because you're like, she thinks it's a problem, so I'm going to change it? Or are you going to analyze it and be like,
yes, I'm going to analyze it.
That's what I do.
And I may
You're going to analyze it objectively.
And the answer may be, this is not an issue.
Yes, but then the answer may also be, that is something I need to address.
Mm-hmm. Are you willing to?
Well, yes, because this is the thing. I want to be a better person. Even it's not even necessarily for you. Right. Like in a sense, yeah, if I care for you, it's going to make me change. But however, I'm always working on myself. I'm always trying to be a better person. And the truth is, the people I encounter who, I don't know, people call me out 24/7. That's how I change. Right. Is I get in situations, even with people that I'm not close with, that I'm not necessarily even trying to do nothing. Like, I've been in relationships in the past that I hadn't, like, they didn't have intention behind them. They weren't anything serious, but they called me on something, and I was like, dang, like, that's right. I need to fix that.
See,
so it's like
what he's saying. That's why I feel like I don't care, because I know what it sounds like to y'all, but I'm more like Guru. If it's something like I'm in a relationship with somebody and they say, when you do this, if you say this way, it hurts my feelings.
Right.
I'll consider that.
Right. So
the next time I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna say it like that. Things like that are like real, that have a real effect, that'll be a recurring thing. I'll make the adjustments.
Right.
But if we come to a situation, if you don't feel like I'm as up in arms about it as you, that's just not something that I'm gonna be like.
Oh, okay, I'm seeing the issue now. You're saying that women are irrational.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I got you. Makes more sense now.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation, but
yes,
it's hard to speak on it in broad terms.
It is,
because it's like
that's why it is, and that's why I was trying to say let's be specific.
Okay, let's boil it down to sensitivity.
Okay, that's another thing. I think that ties into the emotional maturity, because I think sensitivity ties into that emotional maturity. Like, if you're sensitive, you need to be able to recognize your own sensitivity. Somebody else isn't responsible for your. You can't say, "Oh, you can't say that to me because I'm sensitive,"
and I'm not willing to budge on that.
Right.
Is that okay?
But you should still.
What if I?
But
say,
you should still
Andy,
consider. If you care about that person, you should still take it into consideration. I think
I do take it into consideration. So if I say, "Yo, Andy, every time you put your laptop on this table, it hurts me."
Right.
It's ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
But just because you rock with me, are you gonna stop putting your laptop on the table? You might bring two next time.
No, because that's a ridiculous situation.
Right.
It's sensitivity, though. That's the scale. That's how you look. It's always a situation of how serious that you think it is versus what I feel. Everybody has a different.
But we can also sit here and make mom and grandmother jokes, but at the end of the day, we know there's certain rooms we're not going to do that in.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think it's the same thing. As in, like, at the end of the day, I may make one of those jokes, and it may be the wrong week or the wrong day, and it may hit Drew wrong.
Right. You okay?
But
I
that doesn't.
I think I had to learn that too.
Yeah.
I used to be like you, where I would be.
But I'm still gonna keep hitting him with him because of who he is in the situation.
Right.
But there's other people who I know that
you can't
it's not the thing. Even though some days it is gonna hit him wrong.
Right.
I agree with what he's saying, but I'm only like that in relationships.
What does that mean?
Meaning, if I do something and you get sensitive about it,
right,
I'm not gonna say F your feelings, Drew. I don't think the situation is worth us having an issue because we're really good friends.
Right.
I don't spend all my time with you and stuff like that. So I'll make the adjustments because it's like it's not worth the percentage of time I'm around Drew. We shouldn't have an issue.
So you'll do it on the lesser. You'll make the adjustments on the relationships that mean less than the relationships that mean more.
Yes,
I'm not quite following the logic on that one.
I will say this
because it will affect my quality of life because I'm interacting with you more.
That's
so if Guru, we got 100% in a day.
Yeah.
And I'm around you for 2%.
Okay.
Oh,
if you don't like me eating peanut butter and jelly around you, I'm not gonna do it because in that 2% of the time, it ain't worth us having an issue about that. Drew, if I'm around you 90% of the time and you don't like me eating peanut butter and jelly, I'm gonna go back and forth with you because that's an issue. A bigger portion of my life.
I don't think so though. I kind of
it makes sense.
I kind of get what he's saying because I'll say that I'm on the side where I pose the question to you guys because I've been criticized, but I'm not gonna stop. If I feel that there's something that needs to be...
We always get to this point where Drew just takes a long time to come over here. Hey, we ain't changing, like buddy.
There's something that needs to
Nothing's ever changing. Can we get a new sign?
Like, yeah, there's some things that are not subjective.
Here's the thing. I agree with you guys that, yes, when you're with certain people, a certain amount, you're more yourself. Right. However, I think we get too caught up in that sometimes, and because of that, we don't take responsibility for our own BS. Let's talk about family is a good way to put this, because family will act a certain way around each other because we're family.
Right.
And because of that, they never grow. They never challenge themselves to grow. They never challenge themselves to be different because I can just be myself around them. And I think sometimes it hurts because we'll be in a situation for 15, 20 years being ourselves, which is not a good thing to be, solely because we haven't had someone be like, yo, that's not right. And we get too comfortable in those rooms we never
Are you flipping sides?
Grow and address.
Is Guru winning you over?
No, he's following
I need you to be evil
kind of where I'm going with this. And it's like, you don't know any better until you learn. So it's like if your parents didn't learn and then so they teach you to behave in a certain way or you act that way around family, then that's what you're going to carry out into the world. And you're going to continue to carry it until somebody else points it out to you to say, hey, there's a different perspective.
Well, I'm telling you, I know better.
That's the issue because I'm at a place in my life right now that I'm maturing through this. So I get you because I'm at a place where I have to push through. But there's this thing of we get to this place of like, we know them, they know us, we can be this way, and we're growing in other places. Like, it's like I'll be a certain way and then I meet someone and I'm going to change for you. And it's like, because you're in my life that 5% of the time, or because you don't get that much of me, or because this, that, and the other. And it's crazy that we give more respect to the people who are 5% in our life than the people who are 95% in our life.
I disagree.
It's like, I've seen people who go to college and they'll change for people. And it's like, that's crazy. Your family was there for you for 18 years and you... Like, yes, it's awesome that you're growing. Yes, it's awesome you're a better person now. But the fact that you won't make that change for your family is kind of crazy. And I mean, some people, I don't want to just say family because not everyone has that same relationship. But just relationships across the board. That I'll go to work and be more respectful than I am with my wife. Like, that's crazy. Why do they earn more respect for, you know?
I feel like I apply my changes, though, for everybody. So it's
That's
like
good.
the same thing that you're talking about, how you won't grow the up. Like
True,
I was that way, and I would get that criticism at work, at home, and then I became more serious.
This is you serious?
I used to be way worse.
Yeah.
I agree with a lot of that. It depends on what it is though, because to me, I don't think it's a respect thing. It's me looking at my own quality of life.
Yeah.
Right.
There's no need to have an issue with somebody I'm not spending much time around.
Right.
And it's like, you don't want to have issues with people that you do spend time around. But the thing is, depending on what it is, if it's something that will cause you to drop down, like say you can't get a good night's rest because you like,
right,
such and such gonna be tripping about this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too like I said, I realize what the issue is.
Right.
I don't stay in anything. I'm not like, yo, you gotta stay with me because of this. I'm like, if this becomes an issue, this is just where we
that seems like ways. Pessimistic and bleak though, to think that
is it dark?
You'll never think that you'll, because I mean we are similar in a lot of ways, and I feel like I can relate to a lot of things, a lot of those irrational relationships, just because of the way that we think and the way that we process life. And so as other people might take things to hear, and we're just like, whoa, how do they get there, and how do they expect us to be at that same level? We're just not gonna get there. So
I'm never getting married.
That's just Drew.
Remember
that's just Jay.
Remember I proposed and she said no?
Yeah. Hey,
you live and you learn.
I feel that way sometimes too.
That's it.
All right.
You gotta take, I don't know, I just feel like you gotta take responsibility for yourself.
I'm responsible.
But here's another so do you think that maybe sometimes it's just like the approach of like coming to that person and how they receive it, maybe? Like, is there a right way to say, hey, your attitude stinks?
Right. It does come down to approach a lot. What do you think, Guru?
Like I said, I feel like some people are in a place where they're never going to change, or they're not that person to change. So it does, I don't know, it's hard.
That sounds bleak too.
It's hard. I don't know how to navigate it, but it's something. That's why I think you have to first and foremost always look at yourself. And there's situations that you are going to be like, I mean, this isn't for me to change, or I can only do me here. And that's why I think you just focus on yourself first, and you try to you can't always control the relationships you're in and who you're around you, but you can control who you are and the relationships you build from that point forward.
On the way to my mom's heart surgery, that Guru thinks is hilarious. I told her we were potting, and she asked what the topic was, and I told her I was thinking about this topic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she said something kind of along those lines. She was like, dang, I just had it and then I forgot it. Man, that must suck. And I'm being serious. That wasn't even meant to be funny. Oh, okay, here it is. Here it is, baby. I'm sorry, I forgot for a second.
This dude, yo.
Like you were saying, you can only control yourself. My mom was like, you gotta lead by example. She was saying that you should never approach somebody with something that you think that they should fix. And I was like, never? And she was like, they'll learn just by being around you. Say if you're with somebody who's like not emotionally as mature as you, they're gonna eventually see how you react to the problem. But I don't know if I agree with her, because
I think
hold on, let me finish what she said, and then I want to attack it too, probably. Because she said, think about it like this: if you tell somebody the way you think, if you say that to anybody, be like, hey, the way you think is wrong, that's gonna affect anybody. But maybe not too. That could be attacked too, because both of us said it depends on who you are. Because we both want people to tell us what our issues are, so we can look at it, make the adjustment if we need to, or say, nah, this isn't something that I'm, feel like I need to do. But we could talk about it. That was kind of like her take on it, that, you should love and be patient with people for who they are, and just kind of like lead by example, kind of.
I agree that some people do learn, but then I think some people want to be told, and then I think other people will never change until they're told. So I think it just depends on the situation. I think it depends on the person, and it depends on the thing that needs to be changed, and you just have to use your discernment,
right?
Because I do know some people who, until the day you looked at them and said, "Yo, you need to fix that," or "That's wrong,"
they never heard it before.
Yeah. Or even like they knew it, or they just needed to be told it, or it's just like It's not black and white. That's the thing.
Right.
There is no like it goes this way.
Moral of the story though is I think everybody has things that they are not willing to make adjustments on, and my only thing is the sensitivity level.
Right.
That's it.
So if you were with someone who just was sensitive, and that's who they are at their core. They say that they'll work on it for you, but they won't. I mean, but you see a pattern,
right? Because it's never happened. If I interact with somebody who's sensitive,
you give it a try, and it just never gets.
It's not like I'm gonna become less sensitive,
right?
I even think my sensitivity is reasonable.
Your sensitivity to their sensitivity.
Yeah. It's not like I'll wake up and be like, F you, and then if you cry about it, I'm like, oh, well.
Right.
It's not
You're
like
too
that.
sensitive, right.
I think I have enough of a meter.
Yeah.
That's like a safe place. And it's like, yo, if you making an issue about this,
right,
I can't move because now I'm going to be miserable. It's just not going to work anyway. So,
yeah.
So we just came out this conversation. You've heard what we all had to say. So are you going to tell your girl that, I don't know, she doesn't brush her tongue? She needs to start brushing her tongue, or like how?
Are there no more critiques?
No, I think I'm gonna lead by example.
You're just gonna start brushing your tongue in front of her.
Even if she in the bed, you gonna come out there and say, "So."
She's like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "Oh, you don't brush your tongue?
That's
weird."
Oh, you should probably start doing that.
Yeah. So I don't think you should just say your breath stink.
All right.
I don't think that's the approach there. But maybe lead by example. See what
There's
what
a scale.
Right. But yeah, I kind of like the way you tied that up, and I appreciated the guru of the episode.
Yeah.
We learned a lot.
Steady hands,
and nothing's ever that serious at the end of the day.
So you're not changing?
No, I'm changing. You said you're not changing.
You just said that you're not gonna stop.
No, they don't tell me to stop criticizing them.
That's literally the first thing you said.
No, I said I
get criticized because I criticize people, and they say you should stop doing that.
I didn't even.
You say that you're not gonna stop, right?
I didn't even think about it as.
We're on the same side of the fence.
I didn't even think about that as a criticism. Wow, you're very deep.
Now you're gonna change for me?
No, sir.
Neither, buddy.
But be sure to like and subscribe our episodes, and
because all jokes aside, it really helps us. It helps us get into the algorithms, and if we have more success, we can bring y'all some more. I was gonna say wisdom, but Guru's the only one with it.
Right. And we'll see you guys next time.
Don't ever change.
Jay with the jokes, funny guy. Drew with the blah blah, telling crazy stories for a lifetime. Kemp got the wisdom for him, like nothing's ever that serious. And if you don't listen, then you're delirious.
Bro, you can't say that. Why not? Because we're live. I just said nothing's ever that serious.